steal the land. Someone who always can.
And can you believe it? Your boy Flopito back 110%. Let's get in my second shotty. This is Wassup Flobo After Hours. Welcome to Treehouse. It's 10 p.m. Pacific on the West Coast. And well, I'm living large and in charge. I want you right now, if you're listening right now on that YouTube, do me a favor. Drop a follow, drop a comment, because we're having the time of our life. But we are not alone. I'm being joined by a special guest. Before I get to that special guest, I want to say thank you to everyone, part of the boisterous crew. You know, patreon.com/Flobo Boys. For those of you who make this show a possibility. I'm talking Christopher C, Chrissy H, ACH, Edric P, Oliver E, Princess Leia, Matthew C, Lindsay U, and Richard R. You make this show a reality. My guest tonight is a rock star, a superstar, a supernova. She can sing, she can dance, she can act, and well, she makes me laugh sometimes. Give it up for Miss Elyssa Phillips.
I feel like I'm going to be such a disappointment for the people that are going to be like, sing to me. And I'll be like, no, absolutely not.
Well, you sing pretty all right, right?
I'm all right. I can act like I can sing.
Well, what does that even look like?
It means like I do a mean salt and pepper at karaoke night.
Push it?
Yeah, anything where there's rap involved, because you don't need to be on pitch for the rap.
Right.
So I can rock the rap.
Yeah. But what about the lyrics? And doesn't breath control become a thing? Like,
No, I'm
like
good. No, I got good breath control. I'm good because I'm a New Yorker. We speak like crazy miles a second. But the singing is an issue.
Oh, wow. The more you know. Like, I can't sing, but I think my gimmick is I do things off of what you expect. Like, I'll do Man in the Box from Alice in Chains, or I'll do Kryptonite 3 Doors Down, because you're not expecting this guy from Brooklyn to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm more like, yo, what up? My name is Flo. I'm the man. Like, I was totally my thing.
I have like if I'm going to sing for whatever reason, it's Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood, which makes no sense because she's like a singer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know. I don't do it justice at all, but I give it my best shot.
People just feel it then. It's kind of like oh, yeah, he cheated on me, whoever he may be. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Haywood Wong says, Flo can't sing or dance. True. You're saying?
People can relate to Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood, so it's a great one.
Carrie Underwood has a lot of hidden bangers, by the way. Like the Champion one with Ludacris is so cheesy. I'm like, I'm a champion.
I listen to it when I work out. That's like one of my like when I'm back when there were gyms, like real
the olden times.
In the olden days.
The days of yore, there was gyms.
Yeah, that would be like when I'm on the treadmill and like I need that extra push and like I know I need to keep going and I can't go. I put on the Champion. It's a great song.
Yeah, it is a great song. It's kind of a guilty pleasure for me because like definitely Ludacris goes into alphabet rhyming, but it's fine. You know,
I love that part so much.
I know it's dope. Sorry about that. We're out here talking about Carrie Underwood for now. Elyssa, you do a lot. Okay, you do a lot. You do it well. You're fantastic. I love the social media presence. I love the energy and vibe you're doing. Walk me through that. So I go into your social media accounts, and it's a balancing act of like showing me only different sides of you, different ways you perform, and you do it with such aplomb. Like, is that a conscious effort or just happens that way?
I appreciate that.
What up, Jack Farmer?
What up, Jack Farmer? I'm gonna say it's a conscious. It's a conscience. It's my conscience that's conscious.
Right.
It is a conscious effort on social media. Yeah, just sort of give like the different sides of who I am.
Yeah.
There's obviously I'm in comedy, so there's that. I also think there's something to like not taking yourself so seriously. I also think there's a lot to be said about like, you know, as a woman, like being empowered in your body and like how beautiful that is. And so it's a fun little about, but sometimes I'll post like a sexy photo and make like a stupid funny comment. So, you know, the juxtaposition.
Well, I was wondering about that. Like, and again, you can take this at surface level, go as deep as you want. But like the different locations and different kinds of shoots you have, do you have like a team of photographers, or is it kind of like you have an idea and you have like a go-to person to like recreate the thing, like the wrestling ones, the boudoir stuff?
It's a little bit of each. It depends who I shoot with. I have like a couple of set photographers that I tend to go to for different things, who I trust for different reasons, and who know me really well and who know how to like get things out of me. I know that I use Cameron Rice. Look up Cam Rice photo on Instagram for a lot of like my wrestling or like peanut butter shoots, which is like a weird thing to say.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know about this, Elyssa Phillips has a thing for peanut butter. Like it's not like a thing that sounds like it's a gimmick, but it's not a gimmick. It's 100% about the peanut butter. Now I gotta ask you this: how'd you fall into it? Like, what was your early experience with peanut butter? I need to know this.
You know, I was raised eating a healthy diet by in my family. I was born with high cholesterol, so like I've always eaten healthy and just not realized it.
Sure.
So there's that. In my 20s, I was a figure competitor. Have I told you this? Which is like very
no, you haven't.
Yeah, so it's like very similar to bodybuilding, but it's like women who look like women, not like men. And peanut butter is the best. And peanut butter was like one of like the staple foods you were allowed to eat. And even like when you get closer to competition and like foods start to get like taken away from your diet, peanut butter was like the one that stays.
Yeah.
I love it.
So chunky or smooth?
Chunky.
Oh, okay. And do you have a certain brand, or kind of like a thing where it's like I have my 2 or 3 you like, or?
I tend to go with Laura Scudder's because it's like readily available. My only like stipulation is that there's nothing else in it. This has peanuts and a little bit of salt, and that is like as far as I'll go. I don't want anything else in peanut butter. There should be nothing else in peanut butter, and I don't understand why or how other things end up in peanut butter.
What are other things like flaxseed, or talking about like chemical?
People put like honey in their peanut butter, like in jars of peanut butter, honey, maple syrup. It's because America has a problem with sweets. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to put it out there. People need sweet stuff. That's not the point of peanut butter. You want sweet stuff? Eat candy. Don't eat peanut butter. Put some jelly on there. I don't know. Man.
And so you're just like a straight out the jar. Spoonful.
Oh, straight out of the jar.
Yo, respect, man. That's like a whiskey neat, right? Straight up like, yo.
Yes.
Nothing changes.
And that's how I drink my whiskey or my scotch. What I'll do is I'll do rocks on the side.
Okay.
So this way I can like control the amount of water I do or do not want in my beverage.
You are a connoisseur. I like it. I was fine with peanut butter and jelly together when I was a kid, but for some reason, man, peanut butter and I just like we're not separate ways. I'm not a hater. I'm just kind of like all right, yeah.
When did this happen? Do you remember? Like, was there an instance?
This is a funny story. People thinks that I'm making this up, but about was 2021. 2 years ago, I was on birth control.
Shut up.
You want to tell the story or not?
I'm so excited.
So 2 years ago, I was on birth control, or more accurately, I was in this clinical trial for the first ever oral male birth control. It's called DMAU. You can search it up. It's being tried all around the world to see if men can do it. And it is the same compound that they stopped testing because men can't deal with the side effects because you're weak.
So true.
Yeah, it's true. I got sniffles. So every day I had to take 5 of these pills under this trial. And they're like liquid gels, liquid caps. And to do so, I had to take 25 grams of fat because it was synthesized through the liver. So I couldn't eat like yogurts and like sandwiches all day. So I would have a spoonful of peanut butter just to make sure I wasn't like gaining junks of weight, because weight gain on birth control messes with your brain, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so,
you're saying this to a woman. Continue, please.
I have no idea. No one tells me anything. It's actually a comedy bit. I won't go into it though. But so after like 6 weeks, I was like, I just couldn't. So I switched to Nutella. I was like, fine. But I think that was like, I am done with peanut butter. Now I just eat jelly sandwiches, if anything. I can't even touch this stuff.
That's so funny.
Yeah. It's birth control, man. Just change his own mind.
Wait, so how long? I just want to go back to the birth control. How long were you on it for in total?
So this one was 6 months. So 6 months, which is what one is cool because they have to give you physicals every 6 weeks. So it's like free healthcare for the entire time. A month to make sure that you have all your swimmies. And then they give you like a first placebo pack to make sure you take the directions correctly. And then every 2 weeks you went back, they drew your blood. They ask you this odd sex questionnaire. Like, and it's really awkward. It's like, have you had a full erection? And like, what's a partial erection? Like, I had no. It's kind of weird. And things like that. So and then on every third month, you take like the hard physical. They run you on the machines. They do the electromagnetic thing.
Were there changes?
Like for me feeling, it was I was bloated. It's actually a comedy bit, so I'm not gonna go into it. But like, I was bloated all the time. I got tired sometimes, and then I got emotional, but like about the most weirdest thing. Like it wasn't like it was like a sad movie. It was like, man, this commercial's crazy, man. What? Like, it was just a weird thing. Yeah.
Yes, Flobo. Yes, to all of this. Please make a video and share it to your fellow men. That's what we go through every 30 days.
That's why we can't handle it. We're like, yo, we have to do this. We out. You can take birth control somewhere else, bro. Like, too gangsta. But yeah, it was fun. And they take you off, and then they give you time to see if you recover to make sure it's reversible.
That's kind.
Yeah,
that's kind. Must be nice.
Well, it was a trial. I'm assuming if you're a man on birth control, you'd be there all definitely. I have no idea. Look. Anyway, peanut butter isn't my thing.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed that you took birth control.
Yeah, I know. I'll never do it again. But it saved Christmas. The money was good. The money was great.
Good.
Too large for 2,000. Let's talk about your. Yeah, I know, right? I was like, I had all the kids.
I would take birth control for $2,000.
Hey, I was actually perusing more of your social media accounts and Facebook and all that. I was checking out the content and all that. And you have this reoccurring joke, or seriously, hashtag why I'm still single. Some of the reasons why you say you're single are understandable. Some are like, oh, come on, that's not so bad. What started that? Talk me through that. What is all about you being single?
I just think that sometimes I need to let the world know why I think I'm still single. I just need to put it out there. I feel like it's like transparency. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's like a valid thing. Well, actually, I think they're all valid. Like I've never seen Game of Thrones. Hashtag why I'm still single.
I haven't either.
Well, Flobo.
I'm also single. I'm just saying.
I just want the world to always know that I'm as transparent as possible.
Right, but I'm not trying to speak for you, but we have this show and we were advertising it for days, and I will say people seem to be fans of Elyssa Phillips. If you know what I'm saying, like I'm just saying, like there are suitors out there being like, "Yo, you gonna be in the show?" Like, yeah, is that a weird? Did they not count? Do they not?
They don't count because they don't act on it.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's brave behind a keyboard.
Right.
And then the ones that have taken it to the next step do it incorrectly.
Gotcha. Why is that? Do you think? Not the dating thing, but why do you think that we're more stronger, empowered behind a keyboard? And
everybody is.
But why is that? Like, why we know social media is part of our life, right? We always say, look, we can't escape this giant monster. Why not we just word up and say, hey, look, if we're willing to do it in virtual space, why not?
I don't know. I really don't know because I'm not like that. Like, I mean, I said the other day to a friend, I was like, I'm not passive aggressive. I'm just aggressive. Like a true friend stabs you in the front, my friend. I don't know why people just can't say what it's. People don't want to be face to face. People are just like afraid. Yeah. People are just afraid to like speak their truth. It's really stupid. It's not stupid. I feel for those people.
Was there ever like a hashtag why I'm so single that you did where people like responded like, oh yeah, me too. You're absolutely right. Start a revolution. Like,
no, it's more, no, that's a good point. That's a really good point. No, it's mostly like, what's wrong with you?
Oh no. Damn.
That's okay. I can take it.
I gotta ask a question now. With the whole pandemic, I'm sure you shot your virtual dates. Did you do that? Was it weird? Tell me about that.
I didn't do much virtual dating. I thought I guess I did it a couple times in the beginning, and it was weird.
Yeah.
Have you done it? It's weird.
It's weird, but I will say this: in real life, I cannot talk to women to save my life. I get so scared and so nervous. I think I'm coming on too strong.
So funny. I'm so aggressive that
what's wrong with
that I don't really enjoy internet dating. I in a non-COVID world or in a COVID world, I don't dig it because I just feel like people are not who they are when they're behind a keyboard or when they're behind a phone screen.
Yeah.
But get them face to face and they're different, and ain't nobody got time for that.
True. But I will say that during the virtual dating heyday of last April, last May, I was shooting shots from half court. I'm like, hey, I gotta see you, right? Because I'm charming as hell in the screen. I'm amazing in the screen. This is dope.
I get that. I mean, yeah. I got tempted a couple times. I had a couple of almost hangouts in person, but I was just afraid to because the vaccine wasn't out at that point, and I just didn't want to take chances. I've been going back and forth with my job, however many times restaurants have gotten open and shut down, and I was I can't afford to get COVID. So
oh, absolutely. I'm in the same boat. I'm self-employed, and I work events. I was wearing all the masks. I'm taking all the precautions.
Yeah. So I didn't. Yeah, that was kind of frustrating because I did want to see people, but I couldn't do it, which is why. And so I gave up on virtual dating. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Personal question. You can skip it if you want. When an aggressive person sees someone they like, you just slide up in DMs and be like, yo, me, you, Friday. How does?
I'll just probably start flirting to see if it's reciprocated.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Respect.
And then if I think, but see, usually hashtag he's just not that into you. So then I'm like, oh, I'll play the friend card. Then I'll move on. It's fine.
Yeah. For sure. I'm taking notes here because frankly, I never understand social. I'm the worst at social cues. And now you put the whole world behind the screen. You're just are these emojis just emojis or are these emojis? You know what I'm saying? It's
interesting because both men and women suck at this. Men,
it's birth control's fault, really.
Probably. Men, you have to lay it all out there because women, we overanalyze everything. We overthink everything. And men are just way more, men are simpler than that. Men are not overanalyzing things the way we do.
Preach.
So it's a little bit of a balance, which is why sometimes I'm like, hey, do you just want to hang out?
Yeah. Yeah, just make it happen.
Yeah, the man I almost saw over the pandemic, who I did not see, it was a very much understood, hey, do you want to get together?
Right. Right. Yeah. Jack Farmer says, men think everything is something. And that, my friends, is true.
It's so interesting. I just think we all analyze things differently. We you know what I mean? We analyze everything you guys do, and you guys analyze everything we do, but it's not on the same wavelength, which is why men are men and women are women, and that's the way of the world.
True. Can't dispute that at all. But shifting gears because it's not a dating show.
But it could be.
We do after the show, after hours. So actress, comedian, doing the things. I actually saw a recent episode of Fresh Off the Boat where you were on it. I was like, wait, I think I know that first. Was acting the dream? Was it the goal? Did you get bit by the acting bug? How did that shake down?
I mean, always since I was a little girl. Since I started doing theater at a very, very young age. Yeah,
theater. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I started doing musical theater and theater at a very, very young age, and then went to college for acting, and then studied abroad in England because I thought I wanted to do classical theater until I realized they hate Americans. And then I came back and I found.
Wait, hold on. Wait. We hate Americans. We're allies. What happened? What?
I don't think as actors, they don't take us very seriously overseas. I'll say it. It's okay. No tea, no shade. It's fine. They're better than us. I get it. It's cool.
Wow. What school was it? Or you want to put them on
No,
blast?
oh my God, I had the best experience there. The British American Drama Academy in Oxford.
Oh, Oxford. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Good
amazing.
town. Cool town. Yeah.
So, have you been?
Yes, but because my cousin went to Oxford Brooks, not Oxford, Oxford Brooks.
It's a really, really cool area.
Yep.
But yeah, and then I came back to the East Coast and I studied improv and sketch at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater in New York before I came out to LA.
Worth
So,
it?
huh?
Worth it? Was it worth it?
Yeah, of course, of course. What a great foundation to go from studying, traditional acting methods in college for so long, and then studying classical theater, and then you go to something like improv and sketch, where you sort of have that foundation, but you kind of toss it all out the window, and you learn something new. Yeah.
So sometimes I joke on this show, please don't get mad, that improv is kind of like the CrossFit of entertainment.
What does that mean?
And that like you train so many different muscles. Like
Uh-huh.
you do so many different things, but like compared to comedy where it's like reps, right? Go out there, do your set. Go out there, do your set.
Are you
Whereas in
saying
improv,
stand-up? Well, when you say comedy, hold on. Do you mean stand-up comedy?
I'm saying improv comedy is more like CrossFit, stand-up comedy is more like weight training.
Wait, okay, now go back to your analogy.
So like how when I do a set, I craft a set, I work on a set, I
Yes.
repeat the set,
Yes.
night in, night out, improve the technique, change the jokes, make sure it's crisp. With
Yeah.
improv, you don't really have that structure because you're relying on your troupe. If you have suggestions, if it's short form, it kind of is you train, sure, you have practice, but you kind of have to will the moment.
Yes. Well, yes. I mean, that is what improv is. I will say, though, thank God I have a background in improv, because I've done some stand-up sets that have gone like weird or awry because of the audience. And my improv is what keeps me grounded. And my improv is what keeps me like focused on what I'm doing. I'm
Mhm.
able to like get them back or stay with them or move ahead because I have my improv training, and I don't get so bogged down in the comedy that I wrote, that I scripted, that I'm saying to a T.
True. Can you think of a time that actually happened like in the moment? Like where it's like I was at a show and they were like boo, or they weren't feeling you,
I don't think I've knock on wood. I don't think I've ever been booed. But I mean, I remember one time in the belly room.
Comedy Store, by the way.
Sorry, yeah.
For those who don't know. Yeah.
I remember I was doing a set that like I had crafted, and it was like really like perfectly timed in it. Like, and I had done some of those jokes before in different ways, and I was trying something new, but like I had done it at open mics, and it was like hitting, and it wasn't really hitting. And then I could feel it. And then I remember talking to someone in the audience, but like I felt so grounded because I was like, Elyssa, just go away from your set for a second. Just go away and then come back. Like it'll be okay. And I kind of just like shot the shit with the guy and his like significant other in the front row. And I was myself, but I got them back. And then I was like, and now you can go back into the set. And I did, and it worked out really, really well.
Jack Farmer asked, what's harder, improv or writing comedy?
They're both, that's a great question. They're both very difficult. What's hard? I'm trying to think, because the first thought I had was like, which do you get judged more by? But you get judged a lot in both. Wow. I'm going to say writing comedy is harder than doing improv.
Okay.
They're both great. They're both fun, but they can both be hard.
Just for those of you in the know, I'm not sure if they are, my audio listeners as well, what kind of improv did you focus on? Short form, long form, certain methods?
Oh, mostly long form.
Yeah.
So short form, for people who don't know, short form is like what you see when you do, like when you watch Whose Line Is It Anyway? It's like short improv games. Long form is a little bit different. You sort of craft a story and then you go away from it and then you come back to it. Yeah. So mostly long form.
A lot of ways it's like jazz, right? Rhapsody. It's like you can go off script, but it's like a loose structure. It seems like. I don't want to speak for you.
Yeah, for sure. There's a structure to it, and then you sort of have to like forget that there's a structure so you can be in it, but don't forget to go back to the structure. My favorite improv shows to watch are actually level 1 class shows.
Okay.
Because level 1 students are so free and they haven't yet learned structure in improv. In level 1, no matter where you take improv, in level 1, you're basically just learning to like have fun and be free. So they're the most fun shows to watch because no one cares about structure or form or hitting certain beats or moments. As you move on in improv class, you just become so, it's normal, it happens to everybody.
Sure.
You just become so like obsessed with the structure of it that sometimes you forget to like let it go.
That's like advice for life, actually. You know, like sometimes you get so far in your career, you kind of forget about the times why you guys didn't. Yeah, it's pretty good. But advice for life, you know?
It makes sense.
True. The acting side, though, I mean, doing some appearances, self-tapes I've seen you posted on social media. I asked you this question back in October when you were on New Amsterdam Radio, which if you're not watching New Amsterdam Radio, what is you doing? NewAmsterdam.com, KNEWAmsterdam.com. But I asked you what your dream role. Has that changed? What's that look like? What would be the dream role for Elyssa Phillips today?
I don't remember what I said.
I don't remember either, actually.
Right.
I have to go back and listen.
But I'm going to go with what my gut says now. And I guess the dream role right now would be to play Gilda Radner, who is the first person who was ever cast on Saturday Night Live.
Okay. Yeah. A legend.
Yeah.
A legend and inspiration as well.
Yeah, that's the dream.
That's pretty heavy. It's like, whew.
You're telling me. Yeah.
When you have these goals, do you do visualizations of them? Do you like try to do do you picture yourself successfully doing this, or how does that work for you?
Yeah, I've done vision boards in the past. Now I sort of meditate on it and I do a lot of like inner work on it. And then I make like tangible goals within that to sort of keep me on the right track.
Is that for like yearly or per dream or just a hustle?
It varies because I think I put timelines on things, and then if it doesn't happen within that certain time frame, you get upset or disappointed at yourself. And I think some things take a little bit longer, and I think that's okay. And there's things to be found within that time. So as long as you're always working towards it, I think that's okay.
Absolutely. Trust the process.
Yeah, trust the process. Yeah.
Jack Farmer asks, as an actor, do you prefer playing real people or made-up characters?
Made-up characters.
Ooh.
Other than Gilda, that's different. But
sure.
For sure, made-up characters, because it's fun to sort of make my own decisions about what I believe is that person's truth.
Yeah.
And taking that kind of like artistic liberty. Gilda's different.
Oh, of course. That's like one of the greatest.
That's my heart.
It's one of the greatest comedic actors of all time. Like that's top tier.
Yeah.
Speaking of characters that are kind of fictional, kind of real. Malta Mealtime.
Mealtime.
Watched it. This episode was pretty interesting. Walk me through this, because for those of us who don't know about this, if you don't know, shame on you. It's kind of like a fictionalized version of overworked servers. Is that the word you use? Servers is the word you use?
Yes.
In
Although
this
I don't
Italian
think it's
restaurant.
fictionalized at all. It's exaggerated. It's exaggerated.
Yeah. I know you said before that was kind of like a thing that came out through the pandemic, but how has it grown since the pandemic started?
Yeah, we started it as myself and one of my comedic friends and partners in crime who also worked with me at the restaurant that I work at, Jen Liv. We started it as a way just to like connect with each other, connect with our staff, because when you work in a restaurant, you really do become a family. And obviously we had been shut down. I think we had been shut down twice at that point, maybe once. Can't keep track. And and we wanted a way to sort of connect with everybody. And we were trying to come up with a way to do online comedy with the two of us in general. And we couldn't figure it out, and we couldn't put our finger on it. And I believe it was Jen's idea that she was like, why don't we just do us, like exaggerated versions of us? Because at the restaurant, we're ourselves, but we're characters of ourselves. And Jen is so sweet and so nice and so kind and so lovely, and I am not. So
Well, I disagree. I think you're a fine individual.
no, yeah.
Now, see here, Elizabeth. I think you're nice.
I'm just, Jen is from New Mexico and I am from New York. There's
Right.
just there's a good cop, bad cop thing.
Right? Are you the good cop or not?
I am the bad cop.
I totally answer that question.
So we built the show out of that, and then we built the bits, and Jen is a whiz at musical comedy and musical improv, and she wrote the opening song, and we started doing it, and then we decided to bring in different guests, and it's always been like a staff member that's been with the restaurant a really long time, and then it's great, and then it's their family comes on and they watch them, and our guests, our regulars who've been coming to the restaurant for years come on, and it's a 30-minute little respite from what was going on in the world.
True.
Just a little bit of a break, super easy, not highly produced intentionally. There would be people I'd have friends that be like, let me build you a set, let me build you this. And I'm just like, no, that's not what the show is. Like, it's just no frills comedy.
Is it for that community? Like, as if someone from a production company said, hey, look, want to buy the rights, put you on Comedy Central, would that be something you'd be interested in? Or it's kind of like, no, this is just for these people.
Listen, someone wants to pay me money for anything these days.
These are questions I ask. I'm with you. I am.
You
What's up, Flobo After Hours? Got to be on Peacock or something. I get it,
right?
I was set up with the quickness.
I for sure think that we would be able to make it into something bigger and more general, and not so Osteria Mozza specific, which is the restaurant that we work at, or that she worked at. And but I mean, there are some universal elements to it too, but there's definitely, it for sure could be something we could expand if we wanted to. We've thought about making it a podcast. We've thought about all those things, but I do all the technical stuff for it, and I frankly don't have that kind of time.
How do you look at an episode? Do you go, this episode we got to make fun of customers, this episode's more about the wine selection, this episode is about the different kinds of mozzarella? Like,
every episode has the same structure. So it's always we do food in the news, which is where I basically write. I do stand-up comedy about what's going on in the food news in the world. And then we do what dish do you miss the most? And we have people name their favorite dishes from the restaurant. We try and guess the ingredients. We work for a very famous chef, so a lot of people have been to one of the Nancy Silverton restaurants. And then we bring in our special guest, and we try and do a bit with them. And that will always change based on the guest and what their level of comfortability is. And then we do a bit called Sparkling Still or Filtered Tap, which is where the chat throws their questions in that they would ask at a restaurant, and Jen gives you the polite answer that you hear from your server, and I give you the answer that's in our heads that we don't say because we'll get fired.
Wow. Yeah. Like anger translator. Are you a stilled water person? Are you sparkling? Are you tap?
When I'm dining at a restaurant, I'm usually sparkling.
Oh.
But in my everyday life, I'm just tap.
To the tap. I love it.
To the tap.
It's weird about tap. Like late nights when I get up, use the bathroom, I'm like, oh, I'll get some tap water. But like putting LA tap water in a cup, this freaks me out. Like I don't know. I'll drink it from the tap, but like putting it in the cup and being like delicious. I can't do it. I can't. It's weird. It's a presentation.
I use a Brita, I use a filter.
See, the Brita does not work in LA, man. I taste the Brita bits and the LA at the same time. It's like oil and water to me. Like I feel the weird mix. Yeah. I'll buy like the store brand drinking water, which is not that great. But
interesting.
Yeah. It's weird. Am I weird? That's why I'm single. Hashtag why I'm single. I buy my water from the store. Hashtag why I'm single.
I'll drink water from anywhere. I'm never afraid. LA, New York, I don't care. I'll drink. Maybe not New Jersey, but everywhere else I'll drink it.
Fair. I respect people with standards. That means a lot to me. Yeah. Months and Mealtime airs monthly. correct?
Yes, it's the first Monday of every month at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, you gotta check that out because it's a lot of fun, and the archives are still available on that Facebook. So make sure you do that. I know I'm usually in the chat lurking. I don't really say much because kind of like this is not for me, but I'm kind of there every other month or so. You know.
That's nice of you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Can I talk about your mama for a second?
My mom?
Yes.
Yes, do it.
Your
I love
mother's a rock star?
My
What?
my
What?
mom is a badass. My mom is way cooler than I will ever be.
I follow her on Instagram. I'm like, she's here shredding the guitar, like just like it's
She
great.
plays bass. Yeah, my mom plays bass and percussion in a classic rock and roll cover band, and then she also gets gigged out to play drums with other people because she plays drums too.
Oh wow! So, do you play any instruments at all? Did that rub off at all? I think I lost it just a bit. Is that me? Probably. Hopefully. Well, this is what the Flobo After Hours. Elyssa seems to be frozen. Double checking right now to make sure that she's okay or I'm okay. If you have any questions for Elyssa, let me know as we figure this out. We'll be back here in a couple minutes on What's Up Flobo After Hours. Your slice, hanging out with people all over the world. This is episode number 44 with Elyssa Phillips. So great to hang with her. So ask the questions about her mom there. Make sure to check out Matzo Mealtime over on Facebook. It airs monthly, the first Monday of every month over there on Facebook. I try to check it out. I think I have a page. It's called Matzo Mealtime on there as we wait for Elyssa to come back. Thank you for Kristen Marie. Hey, it's weird when someone freezes on you. You kind of wonder about your own stuff. I had a couple issues this week, but thank you so much for letting me know. We're hanging out with Elyssa Phillips. She was actually on an episode of New Amsterdam Radio a couple of months ago, back in October. The episode is called Peanut Butter Hustle. So if you haven't checked that out right now, make sure you do. Peanut Butter Hustle, one of my favorite episodes because when I showed it to my mom, who's a big fan of New Amsterdam Radio, she was like, this lady, Elyssa, does sound pretty amazing. And we're back, baby. How's it going?
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
It's Spectrum. It's all good.
We're
talking about your mom, how she has all these instruments. And I asked you, do you play any instruments yourself?
I play piano. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am a pianist. I mean, I haven't done it in a long time, but I know that if I got my hands on one, thanks, I'm back. Sorry. I don't know where I went. I grew up playing piano. My mom would have to beg me to leave the piano so I wouldn't miss the school bus.
Wow. We had a piano in my house growing up, but that was basically what we put our mail on every day. We never used it. It was out of pro. It was like a Baldwin, but it was but it was like, yeah.
So you never played?
No, my brother was 6.5 years apart from me, so he was older than I was. He had a little piano phase. I've tried instruments, bass guitar, triangle, a bowron. Never got to one I liked, and never got one I liked.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll have the time now to pick up an instrument.
I think you should, because then maybe it won't be #why I'm still single.
What would be an instrument that you would like to see me play? I'm just curious.
Saxophone. I think you would be a really good saxophone player.
Careless Whisper?
Yeah, I think you would be a great saxophone player. I'm here to promote this.
So if you guys don't know this, I actually follow Jaybird Phillips, Alyssa's mom, on Instagram. I don't think we've ever met, which is kind of creepy, but kind of cool to see someone just hang out and just jam out with people, living the life I want to have in the future. Hands down.
She's great. Yeah. So her name she legally got her middle name changed. So it's Joanne Jaybird Phillips, because Jaybird is what she goes by in the music world.
Yeah. It's kind of like when the Ultimate Warrior goes by Warrior.
Yeah. She's very cool.
I respect the hell out of that. I really do. Just one more quick note about the wrestling arts and sciences. I know last time we hang out, we chatted. We actually met at a wrestling event. It was a watch along
We did.
for I think it was Beast from the East, which is a weird Japan only WWE Network event. I want to see how it's going on with that. You watch?
What I was watching.
Yeah, neither did I. Because it was so random. Like Beast is a good show, but if you don't know Japan and wrestling, you don't know Brock Lesnar, you don't know Kevin Kingston, it's kind of a weird thing. Have you been keeping up with it? Do you see WrestleMania? What's wrestling to you right now? Let me know.
It's been really fun for me to see so many of my friends from the SoCal indie scene on there. So I try and keep up with that. My personal trainer, my old personal trainer, is now on there, and so it's fun for me to watch him. And they've been very loyal to SoCal indie wrestlers, so that's been a lot of fun.
And how many friends do you have in business? You don't have to name drop if you don't want to, but I'm just curious. How many wrestling friends, wrestle friends, do you have?
Wrestle? Enough?
Yeah.
I don't know. Enough. The comedy world and the wrestling world, I'm sure you know this, are very like intertwined. It's I don't want to say incestuous, but very intertwined. So
Touching my pearls, Elyssa.
You know, a lot of comedy people enjoy wrestling, and a lot of wrestling people have partaken in comedy. So it's you know, I have a lot. Yeah, the worlds cross. I also used to do a show at the Comedy Theater. I used to run the Pack Theater called Jacked Wrestling Comedy, which sort of combined wrestling and comedy, and so I got to know a lot of wrestlers that way too.
Sweet. What
were you gonna say?
Has it been a quirky community? Is it cool? Is it weird? What's it being experienced?
What, the wrestling comedy?
The wrestling world, yeah.
I love it. I think I'm really bad at kayfabe. I'm very, very bad. I don't understand when I'm supposed to. I still really don't understand when I'm supposed to pretend if they're my actual friend, or if I think. I don't really understand when I'm supposed to like them and when I'm not supposed to like them, or what name I'm supposed to call them. I'm very bad at that.
Right.
But I enjoy it. I love wrestling. I think it's so much fun. It's like, because when I watch comedy, I'm always like analyzing and overanalyzing things. And when I watch wrestling, since I don't understand what I'm watching, like an
yeah. I think we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, which is definitely the drawback of having a live show. But you know what? I love live so much. Oh, I think she's back. Can she be back? You're back, Elyssa? Oh, guess she's not.
I'm back.
Don't leave me. You're in the upside down, Elyssa, but that's quite all right. We're just okay. I see you. You're back. Hey, welcome back.
I think we're spotty.
Oh, we lost her again. Well, you know what? Things happen here when we try to do these live shows at 10 p.m. Pacific on that late night. What's up, Flobo After Hours? Elyssa Phillips. So much fun to hang out with her. And in fact, you know, I'll do yourself a favor and make sure I let you know her social media handles so you can check her out herself, because she's been so active on that social media platform, promoting the show, just giving out time for her friends here. She is available at Elyssa AMP. That's Elyssa ELSELYSSA AMP on that Instagram and that Twitter. Hey, what's up?
I mean, it's like I come and I go as I please. Only it's not as I please.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Elyssa, let me ask you a question. Hey, you want to play a game?
Yeah, let's play a game.
Let's play a game, all right?
What's the game?
Yeah, this is actually one of my favorite games of all time on the show. This one's called Risky Sevens. And the idea is this. I'm going to ask you 7 questions, trivia questions of varying difficulty. You get the question right, I will donate $5 to a charity of your choice, which you have earmarked as the Mission Oxygen India, which is, quote, an initiative by Delhi NCR-based entrepreneurs to help raise funds for important oxygen concentrators and donating them to hospitals. Get the question right, $5 to the charity. But you get the question wrong, they get $0. Elyssa, you ready?
This is intense. Yes, I'm so bad at this. Continue.
You better think about the people that's going to be affected. No, I'm just kidding.
This is why I host a game show. I don't play the game show. Continue.
Oh, yeah. You host a game show called?
It's called Game Show Ready on Instagram Live. We're on Instagram at Game Show Ready. The show is 3 times a week, but I host Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
I do lurk there too. You're a fantastic host. I'm kind of
You're a nice person. Thank you.
I'm just saying. All right, 7 questions are on the board. Right, get a question right. Donation will go in your name or on my name on your behalf to the Mission Oxygen India. And if you get the question wrong, $0.
Oh my God.
How can she get 3 out of 5 at 7 questions, Jack? What are you doing? But chat, let me know how many questions you're gonna get right. Question number 1. Wait, before I even get there, I'm sorry. I'm the worst host. I'm the worst host ever. This is why you're professional. The topic is peanuts and peanut butter.
Okay.
Go.
I'm still nervous.
Question number 1. $5 on the line. True or false? To be legally considered peanut butter, the product in the jar has to be made up of at least 50% peanuts.
Like, what else would you be made out of?
True or false? 50%.
I'm gonna say false.
False. 90% has to be peanuts for it to be called peanut butter.
Yeah.
Right. See, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad at all. We're
That's
rocking and
great,
rolling.
because you gotta have peanuts to be peanut butter. Continue.
$5 in the bank. I wonder what's in the dollar store version. Okay, whatever. $5 in the bank. This has been noted as both the favorite sandwich of Bill Clinton and Elvis Presley.
Oh, it's is it like on a log? It's like peanut butter and raisins on celery or something like that.
Final answer?
Yeah, it's it's either peanut butter and raisins or peanut butter and raisins on celery. It's on a log. I don't know, man. It's something like that. Continue.
It's peanut butter and bananas, actually. My favorite sandwich of Bill Clinton and Elvis. Currently, $5 going to the Mission Oxygen India. Question number 3. In a high-pressure environment, scientists have discovered that they can turn peanuts into this gemstone.
Oh my God, I don't know, but this is amazing.
In a high-pressure environment, scientists have discovered.
Right now, diamonds.
Diamonds is correct. Actually, yes. You can make diamonds out of peanuts and peanut butter with enough pressure because it's made out of carbon and diamonds are carbon, all that stuff.
What?
It's true. It's true. You have $10 in the bank for Mission Oxygen India. Question number 1, 2, 3, 4. People overwhelmingly say peanut butter is the best part of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But according to a recent study, what is the second best part?
It's not the jelly. I'm gonna say the crust on the bread.
It's actually white bread. White bread itself, because white bread is awful.
Disgusting.
I Wonder Bread fan.
Who are these people? That's fine.
Next question. Peanut butter and jelly go hand in hand, but what flavor is the preferred jelly of most people?
I'm gonna say grape.
Final answer?
Yeah, it's probably strawberry, but it should be grape.
Final answer?
Oh my God, I love you. No, it's not my final answer. My final answer is strawberry.
What the heck was that? Strawberry? Correct. Strawberry is actually preferred jelly for people. Actually, no, strawberries.
I wasn't sure where I should go with that.
This one here is multiple choice. Question number 6. Europeans are actually, you have $5, $10, $15 in the bank for Mission Oxygen India. Question number 6. Europeans eat about 1 tablespoon of peanut butter a year. By comparison, How many pounds of peanut butter does the average American eat? 2, 3, 5, or 10?
10.
Final answer?
America.
The answer is 3. We actually eat 3 pounds of peanut butter.
I will challenge that answer.
Well, what's up with the Europeans having 1 tablespoon? Like, I am done. I am done everything.
Who does that? I have no control over the amount of peanut butter. This jar, you see how little is? Can you see how little is in this jar? It was full yesterday. You're welcome.
Go get it, girl. No apologies. No apologies. Question number 7, and you have $15 in the bank, so you're still doing good for charity.
Okay,
Question number 7, also multiple choice. It takes about how many peanuts to make one 12-ounce jar of peanut butter? 50, 100, 500, 1,000.
Wow, I have no idea. I'm gonna say. What were the choices? No.
Takes how many peanuts to make one 12-ounce jar of peanut butter? 50, 100, 500, 1,000.
I'll say 500.
500 is correct. 500 peanuts go into your average peanut butter jar. You have $20 banked for Mission Oxygen India. Do you want to go for double? Make it a nice little 40.
But if I lose, do I lose all the money?
No, it's for charity. Either if you get the question wrong, it'll be 20. But if you get it right, it'll be 40.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Double or something. They say peanuts are not nuts. They're legumes.
Yeah.
But can you name another?
Another legume?
Yes.
Beans? Like
I mean you're right, but I guess that counts.
like
I was looking for somewhere for specific, but yes, you're right.
like,
Lentil, dried
a
beans.
kidney bean, a pinto bean.
Yeah,
a
pinto bean,
bean,
a chickpea, a lentil. Yes. Congratulations, you have banked $40 to Mission Oxygen India, which I'll donate and tag you on that on social media when it's done. And well, that was a lot of fun. You were just rocking. It was a little rough at times, but towards the end, you worked out strong. It was great.
I'm just really glad I did peanut butter proud.
Yeah, you did. Represent. And I realize this job is way harder, and you should leave it to professionals. Game show ready 3 times a week. You run on Tuesdays. How can someone make sure to be on that show? Tell me how.
Yeah, it's really easy. So we pull our contestants from the live chat. So you go to gameshowready.com on the website, and you just put in your info, and that's really just to sign up. And once you do it once, that's the only time in your entire life you have to sign up. And then basically you come in the chat and we're going to say we're ready. And then you just send a request and we randomly choose our contestants and we try and play as many games as possible. And you can win up to $1,000. And it's different trivia games and word games and celebrity games. And it's so much fun. And we just try and give away lots of money. I try and give away other people's money.
Oh, yeah. James Lott Jr. came in late, but she is going to be mad when he says, bam, I love honey peanut butter.
Ooh-wee. No, you don't. You've been lied to your entire life. Lied to. I'm just kidding.
She gonna see you outside, player.
Listen, I don't want to start a fight. To each his own. You love honey peanut butter, more power to you. Personally, I'm a purist.
Yeah, she's a purist. Bada boo. Elyssa, it's been a great time hanging with you. So much to learn about what you're working on. Say hi to your mother for me, all right? Bada boom.
I will. Thank you so much for having me.
Where's the deal? If I want to follow you online, how do I do that? If I want to come to you as aggressive as you want to expect a man to be aggressive, how do I do that? If I want to see multiple meal time, how do I do that? Here's where everything is all out. Promote yourself.
Yeah, you can following me on Instagram is probably the best because I post absolutely everything, whether it's in my stories or in my posts. I'm a good social media sharer. So at Elyssa MP, Elyssa MP, I'm on all the socials. I'm on Twitter and Facebook, and I share everything everywhere. But Instagram's probably best.
And of course, Wassup Flobo After Hours, a part of the New Amsterdam Network. Learn more at newamsterdam.com, KNEWamsterdam.com. Before we get out of here, Elyssa, a question for you. Do you have a motto or an axiom or a thing you tell yourself, I know, a slogan, if you will?
Other than hashtag why I'm still single?
Yes.
I don't think so. Like a motto that I tell myself, like when I wake up in the morning or something.
Yeah. We work in the morning, you go on stage, you're being yourself, hang with friends, things that you appropriate to your work, anything?
Other than hashtag why I'm still single?
Okay, on that note, we're about to get out of here. This is What's Up Flobo After Hours. Until next week, After Hours are closed.
The bed is still lit.